Hello there, Gemini, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I am doing a very special reading for you because, well, Gemini, I feel like you've been through a lot the last 6 months. Your readings have just, shown that you're going through a large transformation in your life. But we also have just finished out all of the eclipses and retrogrades since November. The last one, Mercury, went direct on February 3rd, and you are ruled by Mercury. So we don't have any more retrogrades until the end of April, April 29th. So I feel like we have this 3 months of, retrograde free energy where we can maybe make a little bit of traction in our life and move forward, because I feel like, Gemini, you've kind of been a little bit stuck, so it's this energy of, okay, what's on the horizon now that all the retrogrades are over. So we're going to use the Oracle cards first to take a look at February, March, and then April. We'll look at each month separately as well as a whole, and then we'll use the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading. I kind of laid them out while I was talking to save us some time, and then I'll pull the tarot as we go. So what we have here, really interesting, anxiety. You've had a lot of that lately, Gemini. Underneath that is strategy and man holding a coin. Underneath that is storm warning. I feel as if you have been feeling as if there are storms on the horizon. You have had this anxiety about money in your readings for some time. And I feel like you're trying to strategize, how to move forward, how to protect yourself, perhaps, from the storms. Like you may be concerned about your job, or you started a new business and it's just not, going the way you want it to. You have this sense of, you feel like your money is tying up your hands, like you can't do the things that you want to do because of money and envy. Sometimes when we get into this energy, then, we start being envious of our friends, which only leads more to our anxiety, because it's this energy of being in fear. So one of the other overall energies is time for beginner's mind. Feeling like, okay, I've got to begin again. And time to let go. Gemini, you've had that energy, just having difficulty letting go of something from the past. And part of that is that you just have to get into that beginner's mind. So let's talk about that. What is a beginner's mind? It's the fool energy. It's kind of like, okay, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I'm in this energy. It's got to shift. I've got to get out of this energy. And sometimes the best way to get out of that energy is just to kind of like say, okay, I'm going to surrender. I'm going to surrender the outcome. I'm going to surrender the time. I'm going to just step into, somewhat of a new energy, as far as I'm going to, be present in what it is that I'm working on. I feel like this is really career and money. I'm going to be focused on just, creating out of joy, out of my love, out of my passion for what it is that I'm doing. And I'm not going to worry so much about the money. And then we have unknown territory. And valiant courage. I just feel like you are going in a new direction. And Gemini, I feel like the universe is pulling you into this new direction. You're almost like kicking and screaming and going, no, I don't want to go there. I'm anxious about money. Joy and delight. Yeah, you're getting the bigger picture. It's this energy of understanding that it's almost like an understanding of what you are going through, especially in your career and financial sector. what you are going through is helping you to go onto a new path. It is unknown. It is going to take courage, because it takes courage to make changes, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of joy and delight. Open your heart to joy, understanding that, okay, that you can't, where's my joy? Where's my joy? Right? You have to step out of this so that you can get into this. And the best way to do that is just to kind of like, okay, I'm going to surrender, right? You may have started a new business and then you're kind of like, okay, well, I want to make this income by this month, and, you know, and things are not going, you know, your way. And I know from doing your readings, it's kind of like, it's been kind of like this long, drawn out ending to something traumatic in the past. And it's, once again, it's time to let go. So let's go to February. Let's see what we have here. Frog Spirit, clear out the clutter. It's almost like you have to do your spring cleaning a little bit early. And that, I know that's the Northern Hemisphere, but, you know, it's kind of like you have to clear out the past. You have to let that go. Because look at this. Oh, when you let it go, I hadn't even looked at these other two cards yet. Look at this. You have door to value and passion and pleasure. You know, the sense that I'm getting is, you know, it is when you are caught up in how much money you're making, it's almost as if your mindset has been on, you know, I'm only worth how much I make, right? And it's kind of like, well, I'm not worth much because I'm not making much, or I don't have much in the bank, or whatever your anxieties, and you've had this anxiety over money in your readings lately. It's almost as if you're kind of like, okay, well then I'm going to create, I'm going to work from passion and pleasure. I'm going to get back into my heart space. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to surrender how much money I have to the universe, because I know the universe will provide what it is that I need. I'm going to just get really excited about what it is I'm creating. And when you do, it's like you get the money too. Because you're moving out. Okay, it's all coming too quickly. My messages. It's when you step back into the joy of your work that you're kind of surrendering the money part. And when you do that, it's as if the product that you are creating, or whatever your work is, your services that you provide for other people, whatever it is, it's almost as if your love is showing in it. And when your love is showing in it, then it's almost as if you attract more customers. You know, it's you step into loving your customers, you know, loving your clients, loving the product that you're putting out there, putting your best into it, loving it, you know, loving yourself for creating what it is that you're creating. It's almost as if you're putting all that love into it, and then it's almost as if people are drawn to it because it's been created out of love. You know, I may have already told you this story, but we had a neighbor once, and she was a great baker. She was a lovely, lovely baker. I mean, oh my goodness, the things that she could create were just, you know, beautiful. But it's so interesting because my grandmother that always lived with us, she loved to bake too, but I'm not saying that hers were not beautiful, okay? But hers never looked, our neighbor's name was Heidi. Hers never looked like Heidi's, okay? Because Heidi, she was very good at the artistic part of it, right? She could make her baked goods look beautiful. My grandmother, she was more into the taste of them, okay? And people used to say that, you know, Heidi's looked beautiful, okay? But my grandmother's tasted beautiful because my grandmother put a lot of love into it. You know, Heidi was more interested in a way of, being anxious, about what it looked like in a way. And my grandmother, when she was making her baked goods, she was thinking about the people she was baking for and how much she loved them. And there was so much love in, everybody just loved her brownies. She made these really incredible brownies. And, even if other people made her brownies from her recipe, right? They always said, they don't taste as good as hers, right? Well, it's part of the love. Like, it's what love you're putting into whatever you're producing, creating, services that you are giving to your clients. Say, I don't know. I'll say this because she's kind of has her hands in her hair. Say that, you are a hair stylist, okay? And then, like you're cutting the hair because you're all worried about the money, right? Oh, well, what happens if they don't like it? Oh my goodness, then, I won't I'll lose that client, and you're getting all caught up in it. And the problem is that, maybe you're not, conversing with your client as much, or, just putting those added little loving touches on it or whatever, right? And it's kind of like, yeah, the client's okay with what you're doing, but, not thrilled, not, sharing, they don't walk out of the salon and then people are saying, oh my gosh, your hair looks so great, so they're not passing on your name. You're not getting any added clients from this person, right? They may not be leaving you, but you're not getting any added clients. And then it's kind of like when you make the experience when they come to see you more pleasurable, right? Like you're friendly and you're talking to them, asking them questions about their life. You remember their children's name or whatever. You put that added little touch on the finishing, hair or whatever. That's kind of like, then they walk out. They're feeling really good. They've had a connection with you and they really like the way that they look. And they walk out with a higher vibration because of the service that you provided, because it was provided out of love, not out of fear. And then, they go to the grocery store or something and somebody says, oh my gosh, your hair looks great. Oh, well, thanks. I just got it done. Oh, who cuts your hair? Who does your hair? Right? And it's kind of like, oh, well, I just happen to have her business card here. It's this energy of when you put your love into your product, into your services, it's as if you are also putting your business card out to the world. Really interesting energy. And it's just coming from a point of taking that extra little moment to love your customer, to love the product, to love the services that you're providing. I think this came up in your February reading or something like this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here you go. Knight of Cups, putting your love into it. And I feel like that is your February. I kind of feel like, man, this is December and January. You had a difficult January. You did. You had a difficult January. And here you are. You're getting passion for what you do. Loving what you do, creating what you're creating. Finding the passion again in what you're creating and willing to put the time and energy into it. It could be, Gemini, that, you were just getting so caught up in the fears. And I feel that really isn't your, what happened in January. You really, as far as, all the signs that there could be, you really had a difficult January with all of the energies of the retrogrades. We had Venus in retrograde, we had Mercury in retrograde. You're, ruled by both of those. We also moved out of the Gemini North Node into the Taurus North Node. So you've had to deal with a lot of those energies. The full moon in Cancer, you were really affected by that. And I feel like it brought up all of these energies that you had down, that you need to clear out. That was part of it. You had to clear all of that out, right? And I feel like you have done a lot of that clearing out. You're finishing off that clearing out probably, but it's kind of like you're getting rejuvenated. You could be dealing with an Aries. You don't have to be, but it's this energy of, oh my gosh, I got my passion back. I think I've been saying for some time, you just haven't had your mojo. And it's like February, you're getting your mojo back. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Gemini. Okay, so here we go. In March, we had the skunk spirit. Know your worth. Know your worth well enough. I feel like you're coming out of this anxiety. When you're in this, you can't see your worth. You're just like, it doesn't matter. Nobody likes my work. Nobody likes what I do. Nobody likes me. It's almost like you've been in that energy. And now after February, where you get your passion back, I feel like you're going to start seeing a difference in your, even if it's just a difference in your outlook, in your energy. And it's kind of like bringing back that energy back into your own life. So it's like you're reflecting out your love and your higher energy, and you're getting more of it back. Even if you're not financially being rewarded yet, you're getting that energy back, which is just really almost like refueling you in a lovely way. And you're starting to know your worth. So if you're not getting financially rewarded, you could be having clients, saying, oh my gosh, do you have any business cards? Can I pass them out to my friends? Or you could just have, more people saying, how much they love your business or service or products. And you're starting to walk away from people and situations that are not understanding your worth. This could be even personal relationships. People or situations that you've been holding on to because you were in this energy of, oh my gosh, if I let this person go, then I'll really have nobody, right? And you had that energy, but that was during the January, really the retrogrades. And so I feel like, look, you're walking in beauty. You're walking in that higher energy in March. I think you're picking up your steam again in February. You're understanding how worthy you are, how valuable what it is that you're creating and putting out into the universe is, putting more love into it. And then in March, it's almost as if, it's that Queen of Wands energy. It really is. It's that Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Cups, six of Wands. Oh, 10 of Cups coming on the bottom. What? And 6 of Wands and the Moon. The Moon is your fears. All those fears that I feel like January really did a number on you. And it's kind of like you've had the courage to look at these fears, to look at your fear monsters in the eye and say, no more. It doesn't matter. You throw another fear at me. I feel like for some of you, you got over one fear and then another fear popped up, right? And I think you've been doing that since like November. And now it's kind of like, okay, I'm really good at looking the fear monster in the eye. Okay, you want to show me a fear? That's fine. I'll be victorious over that. The 6 of Wands is this energy of overcoming your fears, overcoming that sense of self-worth, overcoming your envy for others and what they have. It's overcoming it. And it's not because you're just walking away or shoving the fears down. It's looking the fear monster in the eye and saying, you know what? I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this. And you say it to the fear monster, right? I'm going to win this. You can throw any fear you want to me, and I'm going to win. Because I am determined and I have the courage to do it. And because I love myself enough to know that I'm not going to let my fears hold me back any further. Wow. Really lovely energy. 10 of Cups on the bottom. What is this 10 of Cups? Going for your, oh my gosh, shining a light on what is your 10 of Cups. Like, I feel like some of you, Gemini, haven't even known what your Ten of Cups is because you got into this really kind of, you had burdens that you had to drop. This is you putting the past in the past and saying, you know what? I'm moving forward. I'm shining a light on what it is that I want in my life, and I'm going for it. Some of you could have a new person coming in that could be your Ten of Cups, but I'm really trying to, I feel like there's a lot of financial energy here, career and finance energy. I feel like you're kind of focused on your finances, and then because you're in such a high vibration, you may actually be bringing in somebody that is your Ten of Cups. But if not, the Ten of Cups is the energy of wishes granted, everything that you've really wanted, shining your light, understanding that when you shine your light, you have this incredible happiness and joy and abundance, and that you may want to share it with somebody else, but it's almost this energy of, I don't have to have somebody tell me how bright my light is. I understand now how bright my light is. Wow, Gemini. That's isn't that what we all wish for ourselves, is to be able to understand just how much we're worth, to see our own light and not need the validation of others to help us to understand how bright our light is? Really lovely energy. Okay, so let's go to April. We have Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. I feel like you may be coming back into this energy of being, you may have felt for some time, I can't have other people helping me with this. I just have to, or feeling like nobody else was willing to help you. Stepping into this energy, like I feel like you were in this energy, I've just got to do this by myself. Like I don't want to delegate anything because they're just going to screw it up and things are bad enough. Like I can't have anybody else screwing anything else up. But I think you're coming back into this energy of collaborating with others, or becoming more social, or perhaps looking for somebody to be in love with. Because you are such a social sign. You love being around people. You get energy from being around people. And I feel as if, come in April, you're going to want to be around other people more. I feel like you've been a little bit in a hermit type of energy. That doesn't mean that you're not around anybody else ever. It's just kind of like, I got to work on me. I got to work on my finances. I got to work on this new business that I'm building. Like you've kind of sheltered yourself in a little bit because of anxiety. But now that you're kind of stepping into a higher vibration, you're like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to see some other people. Yeah. And it's kind of, I feel like this broken heart, right? It's kind of this energy of understanding that a big disappointment, a broken heart from a long time ago has set you on this new path, faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Like you're ready to put this in the past, definitely. And, it may take these 3 months. Like, I feel like you're getting your mojo back. And once you get your mojo back, it's kind of like, okay, I'm ready to go to new places. I'm ready to finally say goodbye to this. And to step into this, right? So it's a lovely energy. I feel as if, we watch movies or TV shows or we read books that, there's a heartbreak one day and the next week, they fall in love with the next person. And then when we go through a difficult breakup, like I think you have, Gemini, at some point in the past, we have to realize that the process from the breakup until the next new person that comes into our life. And it doesn't mean that you don't date or something in between, but it's kind of like the ending of that and the beginning of your next, maybe long-term soul connected partner. It can be a long time because I think you've been on a journey of trying to discover who you really are and who you are becoming. And it's been a big transformation. You are not the person that you were when you broke up, okay? When this ending happened, whether it was in career or a financial ending of some sort or a relationship, long-term committed relationship, whatever ended here, it ended because you were not in alignment with your soul's journey. You've done a lot of healing. You've done a lot of transformation. I feel like you've come into this place, and I think that with all those retrogrades in January, as difficult as that was, it was like cleaning out the closets, right? Because, I had a friend in her house. I mean, when my children were young and her children were young, you could go over and literally, it was like her house was always neat and clean. And I remember her name was Debbie, and I'd be like, Debbie, like, how is your house always like this? Like, I cannot ever keep my house, this like clean and picked up and whatever. And she was like, yeah, but don't open any of the drawers or open any closet door, because all I do is take everything off the counter and shove it into the drawers or stick it in a closet. She was like, it's just surface clean. It's like what you see is clean, but everything is hidden. And I remember going over and opening up one of her drawers, and okay, it wasn't a huge mess like but I was like, okay, I see what she's saying. And I feel, Gemini, like maybe you've been like that. Like you have allowed other people, what they see looks clean, right? Looks healed, looks, okay, like you're getting on with life. But the truth of the matter is that you knew that the drawers and the closet still needed to be cleaned out. You had to declutter, right? Your doors and your closets. But that's not something you do when company's over, right? That's not what you do when you're in a relationship. You have to kind of do that on your own. You have to be willing to, have you ever noticed, like when you clean out a closet or you clean out a drawer, you make a huge mess before it's actually cleaned out. If you're cleaning out a closet, you take like everything out of it, right? And you got to go through, what are you keeping? What are you getting rid of? And then you have to, fold or organize the things that you're keeping and put them in baskets and make it all, look good or whatever. It's a huge process. Cleaning out one closet can take the whole day. Well, here you are, you're cleaning out all the drawers and the closets that have hidden all of your fears and emotions of abandonment, of guilt, of shame, of what we all have. Okay, we all have this, but it's kind of like you have done the work, Gemini, of cleaning out all those closets and drawers. And what people may not realize, they may say, well, Gemini, like you're the same as you were before, and you're like, no, I know I'm not, because I've done the work. I've cleaned out all my drawers. Anybody can come in and open any of my drawers and they're clean, or open any closet and it's clean. I don't have any more skeletons in the closet. It's a really nice energy, Gemini. And I feel like you finally got through that, especially with that full moon in Cancer. That, I know was a really tough energy for you. So it's kind of like you cleaned it all out. And, I don't know about you, but when I clean out a closet or something, like if it's an all day job, it's kind of like, you sit on the couch and you just have to relax for a little bit. I feel like, part of that is, maybe the end of January, early February, where you're just like, okay, I got to catch my breath. I did all of this work. I have to catch my breath. And now it's kind of like catching your breath has helped you to get your passion back for what it is about who you're becoming. You know who you're becoming now, and you're stepping into that energy, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's take a look at April here. Really getting ready for these new horizons. Chariot, Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Hierophant. This is your wisdom. This is your wisdom that you have gained over all of this cleaning out of your closets. It's also understanding like who you are becoming and willing to step onto that path. Sometimes when we're changing a big direction from who we were before into who we are becoming, it takes a little time. Have you ever like you're driving and you have to make a quick turn, and you turn the wheel really fast, but then all of a sudden you realize, oh, I have to, I turned too quickly, I turned too fast, I turned too much, and now you have to kind of like go back and forth and get yourself going straight again. I feel like February might feel a little bit like that. Like, oh, I overcorrected, or you were, I overcorrected, and now, oh, okay, I got to get it kind of going again. But by April, look at this. The cherry has been, set in a straight path and going forward very quickly. The cherry is understanding, hey, not only did I overcome all of that that happened in the past, not only did I heal it, I am so victorious. I am so full of energy and joy for who I am. The Queen of Wands is confident, has a lot of self-confidence, a lot of creativity, a lot of energy. And I feel like that's exactly what you have coming into April. And the Four of Pentacles, building, it's about building a stable financial future for yourself. Letting the anxiety stay in the past and really stepping into a sense of knowing your worth, and also having the money or the financial stability that you've been longing for some time, Gemini. I'm also getting a sense that that your worth is not tied to your money anymore. I feel like you had to kind of go through that experience in order to really step into the worth of who you are as a soul. All right, so let's take a look at your final advice from Spirit. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Yeah. I think on this journey, one of the things that you have learned is that you really can't do it by yourself. And, we had this collaboration. I feel like on this journey, you have learned to, maybe learned how to better work with your spirit guides and angels, how to have heart-to-heart conversations with them, as well as, with humans too. But it's kind of this energy of, okay, I get it. When I'm trying to do it by myself and not include spirit, then I get into anxiety. When I surrender to the journey and ask my spirit guides and angels for guidance, and know and trust that they are working for me, that they are working through you, that you come into this sense of, just self-confidence. Really nice energy. Well, Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. If you did resonate with the message, I'd love to hear how in the comments below, or please consider liking or subscribing. And I wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.